Maharashtra on the boil again. Maratha reservation demand holds the state to ransom again. Hunger strikes, suicides, arson, vandalism, fueled with a heady dose of politics. With renewed demand for Maratha reservation, the 3-decade-long campaign has got a face in the form of Manoj Jarange Patil, a Jalna-based activist with back-to-back hunger strikes.
कि महाराष्ट्र की राजनीति में आगे चलकर जो भी चुनाव आएंगे उसमें आरक्षण ये बड़ा मुद्दा रहेगा, क्योंकि सिर्फ मराठा समाज ही नहीं, साथ ही साथ धनगर समाज, मुस्लिम समाज ये भी आरक्षण की मांग कर रहा है। सरकार के सामने ये एक बहुत बड़ी चुनौती बनकर सामने आ रहा है।
The peaceful protests once again turned violent, with buses being targeted, offices and residences of parliamentarians vandalized. Chaotic scenes in Beed, Maharashtra. Ajit Pawar faction NCP MLA Prakash Solanke's residence set on fire by Maratha reservation protesters. The Maratha reservation fire singes current political dynamic. Hemant Patil, Member of Parliament belonging to the Shiv Sena, led by Chief Minister Eknath Shinde, announced his resignation as MP in support of the community and reservation. Political buzz indicates more resignations to follow. The Chief Minister stepping in, attempting to douse the fire. Chief Minister Eknath Shinde announced the establishment of an advisory board led by retired judges to address the issue, confirming that the government will provide Maratha reservation in 2 phases. But how?
सरकार पूरी तरह से गंभीरता से इसमें काम कर रही है। अभी जो कुछ घटनाएं हो रही है इसका भी विचार मराठा समाज के लोगों ने करना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये इसके वजह से आंदोलन एक दूसरी दिशा में ये आंदोलन जा रहा है।
The Supreme Court had struck down the Maharashtra government's move to provide reservation to Marathas under specially created socially and economically backward class, as it was above the 50% ceiling set by the court in 1992. Giving reservation which would sustain judicial scrutiny is not an easy task. With the 2024 Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha polls just months away, and the India Alliance championing the OBC cause, it's a tough road ahead. Bureau Report, India Today. Good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. Hunger strikes, vandalism, arson, suicides, resignation of sitting MPs, and houses burned of sitting MPs. Things are only escalating in the state of Maharashtra as Maratha Quota stir has once again reared its head, especially months away from general election as well as state elections coming up next. Quickly, getting into news break that's coming in right now. Maratha reservation row has only about escalated. Latest coming in, NCP Sharad Pawar's faction MLA's house was also set on fire in Beed earlier on. It was the house of Ajit Pawar faction NCP's MLA. This time Sharad Pawar's faction MLA's house has also been targeted. Chaotic scenes being witnessed in Maharashtra's Beed. Maharashtra on the boil. These visuals coming in of the MLA of Sharad Pawar's faction. We're going to get in more details on this. Sahil Joshi is joining us with the latest news coming in. Sahil, before we introduce our guests, Beed on the edge, especially earlier on today we had news coming in of the house of a sitting MLA of the NCP Ajit Pawar faction, whose house was targeted and torched, and now Sharad Pawar faction's house of an MLA has been torched. What's the latest? Things are only escalating.
Definitely. Since last 2 days specifically, since the time Manoj Zarange Patil, an activist who is sitting on a fast until death to demand reservation for the Maratha community as a OBC, as a Kunbi, have started since last 2 days. The whole agitation has taken a completely violent turn, and in many parts of Marathwada in Maharashtra, people are agitating. The people from the Maratha community are agitating against the political leaders, the MLAs, the ministers. A lot of places, the roads have been blocked. Today's latest news, which you have just mentioned, that MLA from the Ajit Pawar fraction, Prakash Solanke's house was burnt down. Just a while back, MLA from Sharad Pawar fraction, Sandeep Shirsagar, his house was also burnt down. NCP's district headquarter in Bid was also set on fire by the Maratha activists. And it looks like now that the whole agitation has taken a completely violent turn. Even today, when the Chief Minister of Maharashtra addressed a press conference after having a meeting with the Maratha Reservation Subcommittee of his ministers and officials, he also said that the official is taking a completely wrong turn altogether, and requested Zarange Patil to call off his fast. Zarange Patil a while back has given a statement that such activities should be stopped as early as possible. But it looks like now that it has created a completely law and order situation across Maharashtra, specifically in Marathwada region.
All right, specifically in Marathwada region. Sahil, stay on with us. Let me quickly. Sahil Joshi, Managing Editor, Raj Tak, Mumbai Bureau Chief and Mumbai Tak with us. Getting into the conversation, Rajiv Pandey, spokesperson BJP Maharashtra, Clyde Crasto, national spokesperson NCP, Virendra Pawar, coordinator Maratha Kranti Morcha. Virendra Pawar, I want to start with you. Hunger strikes, understandable. There are valid ways of protest, but with what we are seeing, a complete violent turn to what has been till now a peaceful protest. Maharashtra is no stranger, to violence, especially at the back of the quota call where Maratha reservation is concerned. How do you justify what you're seeing on your television screens?
No, first of all, there's no question of justifying it or supporting it. We have not or never supported a violence movement. The movement is going on for last 40 years. The community has lost more than 50-60 of their people. These people have committed suicide so that their better belonging get some facility of reservation. 2 times earlier before this, we have got the reservation, but that couldn't stand. First in the High Court, second in the Supreme Court. And then there is a feeling within the people that something is going wrong, and we are not getting justice. When we are staying in Maharashtra, we are doing peaceful marches, we are not hurting anyone, we are not even vandalizing anything. But then also our people were behind bars, and lot many things happened that afterwards, 1.5 months back, when we saw what happened at Jalna's protest, where he was doing a hunger strike, and the police came and started lathi charge on the community people. Then there was an erupt, and it was a volcano which was going to erupt. We have warned the government not once but many a time that just see to it that the volcano doesn't erupt. And now it looks that it's the first stage of the movement, because we never supported such kind of...
Virendra Pawar, you're saying you don't support it, but you're saying the volcano has erupted. This is the first stage. What is going to be stage 2?
Stage 2, the government has to decide, because see, if they are not coordinating with the people who are sitting for hunger strike for last 10, 15 days, 20 days, you are committing a date and you are not fulfilling the date. You are not
Mr.
coming
Pawar,
up
the fact
to those
is,
people.
why should the government,
there is a big communication gap.
But why should the government negotiate with arsonists?
No, what alternate? We are the citizen of this country. We are the citizen of the state. We are the 32% population of the state.
But you are resorting to arson violence, sir.
We have done silent marches of 50. When things are not happening from the government for last 40 years, it is not a 40 days protest or 40 months protest. We have been fighting for last 40 years, and what are we fighting for? We are just fighting for the education of our people. this is a caste-based system where education is given on the basis of caste, and we are fighting against it, then what is the wrong if we are asking for education for our children? And that is the thing
everything
which the
is
government
wrong when you
not able
start
to give us.
burning buses,
Then
which
what
is
the
a
wrong
public
if people are
property,
coming on
and
the road?
attacking houses of sitting legislators. Everything is wrong with that. Peaceful protest, one can understand.
We never supported that. We know.
But
we
you're not
have,
even,
we have
you're not
never
even criticizing
supported
it,
such
that's
kind
the
of
point.
movement.
But I just want to bring
things
it.
happen like this.
No, sir, you can't.
No.
You know,
We
you
won't
can't
criticize
have
it at all. We won't criticize it at all because it is the government.
Exactly, you're
who
not
has
even
brought us to this
criticizing it, and you
position
should be
that the
okay.
people are now having stones in their hands.
All right, Rajiv Pandey, the fact
No.
is the Chief Minister today said that they are going to make sure that reservation happens. It will happen in 2 phases. What comes off with your public stand where at one end you don't want reservation, you don't want India to be divided on castes day in and day out. We hear these speeches by various leaders, especially in the political arena. But here you're willing to accommodate a caste.
No. First of all, BJP was never averse to reservation, and BJP is not averse to reservation. It is BJP who gave reservation to the economically weaker section.
But then, sir, your leader.
1 second.
Finish, sir. Finish.
Allow me to finish. What I am saying, reservation is an affirmative action. And if it is required, it has to be given. And I can tell you one more thing. It was the BJP government who gave Marathas reservation. And when BJP was in power, the Honorable Bombay High Court upheld that reservation. And when the matter traveled to Honorable Supreme Court of India, that time MBA was in power. They did not even appoint a special counsel. It is their mistake. And what I am trying to say, if somebody is trying to raise some issues, first of all, I do not support this kind of agitation, but I am saying this is the problem. BJP gave reservation, and Honorable Sharad Pawar, who is the tallest leader of Maharashtra, as early as 2018 says that he do not support Maratha reservation. He said, I support the reservation of farmers. I support the reservation on the economic basis. What I am trying to say, we are committed to giving reservation to the Marathas. Honorable CM has said, and we will work on that. But the issue is, we cannot give reservation, which again will be struck down by the High Court or Supreme Court. So we are working on that. And one more thing I want to state on your channel, that BJP will give reservation, but without affecting the reservation of OBC. So for that, we are working on that, and Honorable CM has said.
But that's not what the Chief Minister indicated, because if it is going to be certification at the base of Kumbi caste, then that would mean it will be taken away from OBCs. But having said that, I'll go to Sahil for more on that, and also want to bring in Clyde Crasto. But Mr. Pandey, what do you make then? I'll come to you, sir. Just give me 2 minutes. But Mr. Pandey, what do you make of the fact when the Prime Minister just 3 or 4 days ago on the Dussehra rally made it very clear that it's time to finish off forces trying to divide the country with casteism and regionalism? You're playing into the same hand.
No, not at all. Reservation is an affirmative action. Even Baba Sahib has given.
On the basis of caste, sir?
You are trying to twist you did not understand the statement of Honorable Prime Minister. It is the Prime Minister who gave reservation on the basis of economic basis.
Yes.
And what I am trying to say, ma'am, you understand one thing. It was BJP which has already given reservation to Marathas. You are aware. It was upheld by the Supreme. It is the act of MBA government. They could not defend their decision in Supreme Court, or deliberately they have done so. Because Honorable Sharad Pawar, time and again I am repeating, in 2018 he said, he do not support the reservation.
I'll come back to
He
you.
did not support the reservation of the Marathas.
102 amendment was there, and which denied the state government to give any kind of reservation to the caste. The right to give the reservation to the caste by the state government was removed when Maratha community was given the reservation by the 102 amendment of the parliament.
But okay, Rajiv Pandey, my question was not that. I want to bring in Clyde Crasto and Sahil Joshi into this conversation. The question was, yes, the BJP might have given the reservation, but when it comes down to it, you can't play different hands in different states and then a different hand when it comes down to a national level. But I'll come back to that. You want to take that point on. But Clyde Crasto, there's also right now a sense that the likes of the NCP, the likes of the Congress is fanning this agitation as it suits their agenda going into 2024.
Absolutely not, Preeti. Absolutely not. No form of violence is acceptable and people should refrain. There should be peace in the state. Nobody is going to do that. And Rajiv Pandey, the BJP spokesperson, kept taking the name of Mr. Sharad Pawar. In a time like this, when there's such a sensitive issue going on in this country, I think you should be having that kind of sense to not say these kind of things to create problems further. So I think you should refrain from making such kind of statements. We all are refraining from making any kind of statements that are sensitive. So I think you should have that much sense to refrain from making sensitive statements like this. And having said that, point here is very important. Right now, what is going on, because the Maratha agitators, the Marathas have been pushed to the edge. They played with the sentimentalists. They gave 40 days to Mr. Jarange Patil. They have not been living up to what they are saying. Now they have erupted there. I understand there's no violence is acceptable. They should maintain peace. But the point here is, where is the Home Minister of Maharashtra? Where is Mr. Devendra Fadnavis? Every time a situation like this arises, he's not around. He's campaigning or he's doing something else. He should resign if he cannot take care of the state. Did he not have any intelligence report? I mean, a thing like this, when people have gathered together and a problem is being created, where is the intelligence of the Home Department? Where is the Home Minister, who's also the Deputy Chief Minister? Busy doing other things. He's in Chhattisgarh campaigning. You have the pictures of him coming from Raipur wearing glasses and campaigning. The Home Ministry should have known that this was going to happen and they should have made sure that this did not go further. The violence should not be acceptable. So this is the
but
fault.
Clyde, you're saying the Maratha community has been pushed to the edge. I want to bring in Sahil, but again, the dichotomy in that statement, Clyde Crasta, because if at one level the Maratha community is accommodated at the cost of OBC, which is your rallying point where at least the India Alliance is concerned, are you okay with that? Of it being pushed to the edge and then being accommodated? But having said that,
No, Preeti, give me 30 seconds.
Go ahead.
Give me 30 seconds. No, they should not be pushed. But what is happening right now? What is happening right now? This is the reason why we see what is happening in Maharashtra. If they are taking their time, every time they're deliberating, we'll do this, we'll do that, have constant talks and come to a conclusion. And the moot point is very important is, where was the intelligence what were they doing? They should have known that this would have happened. They should have made sure they should have called those people, sat with them and made sure there was peace.
Okay, Sahil Joshi, I want to bring you in. Would you like to just delve into the politics which is taking place at the back end of all of this? Because there's already been a resignation from the Shiv Sena MP on the basis of support for the Maratha community and that the government hasn't done enough. Do you see more resignations in the offing?
Well, how it spread, when actually for the first time, when Jarange Patil was sitting on a fast in early days of month of October, no one actually took notice of it. But when the police get down on the lathi charge to break his fast, after that, it spread like a fire. Jarange Patil overnight became a hero of the Maratha community, and after that, it was widely covered by the local media. Now, after that, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra personally went to the site where he was holding his fast, and in presence of the Chief Minister, Jarange Patil broke his fast for the first time, and in that, Chief Minister promised him that they will be putting up a commission. That committee, they will be putting up a committee, they will be forming a committee. That committee will give the recommendations with respect to the Maratha community within Marathwada, whether how many people can be given reservation under the caste certificate of Kunbi, that is part of the OBC reservation. Now first, let's try and understand that why suddenly this demand for giving reservation to the Marathas in the OBC has started arising. That is because in 2021, when the reservation to the Maratha community was struck down by the Supreme Court judgment, in that judgment, the Supreme Court made it very clear that because of the 102nd amendment passed by the parliament, the rights of the state to give reservation to a particular community has been withheld, and that is the reason why the reservation to the Maratha community passed by the Maharashtra Assembly cannot be given to the Maratha community. And after that, there was a rising demand within the Maratha community, especially from the marginal farmers, the landholders, which has hardly 1 or 2 acre land to feed their family. They started demanding that why not give us reservation within the OBC community. We are also OBC. The Kunbi caste, which is also a farming caste in Maharashtra, have already got a reservation under OBC segment. Why can't we be given the Kunbi certificate and given a reservation in the Maratha in the OBC segment. And that is why Sarangi Patil's agitation has picked up like a fire, and the Maratha community by and large have now started demanding that if the government cannot give them a separate reservation as a Maratha community, as a socially and economically backward class, why can't they be given a Kunbi certificate and be accommodated in the OBC category in Maharashtra? 52% reservation has been given, 27% is given to the OBC community. Why can't we be accommodated in that? And for that, the government does not have an answer. And I can tell you that no other party, no other government has an answer to that, because finally the rights to give the reservation is now lying with the central government.
Well, you're right there, and then of course it opens that entire Pandora's box on what is happening on a national scale, where there is assertion, where it comes down to the OBC community and a caste census. Rajiv Pandey, you said that the government is actually mulling to give reservation to the Maratha community, not at the cost of the OBC. That didn't seem to reflect in what the Chief Minister said today, because he did say that there will be a possible way, one of the ways is to give certification under the Kumbi community, which eats the share of the OBC community then.
In Supreme Court, government is planning to file curative petition, which was also not filed. We are trying to again put back that Maratha reservation. We are trying to do everything which is possible. Try to understand. This is, today, right now, NCP spokesperson is saying that, we should not talk like this, we should not talk like that. They were in government for 15 years. What they have done? The moment they went out of the power, they started...
So let's go one by one. I'll come to you, Mr. Crasto. Let him finish. Go ahead, Mr. Pandey, make your point.
The moment they went out of power after 15 years of misrule in Maharashtra and corruption, so they started all these things. You know very well what is happening in Maharashtra. It is right now, BJP government and Honorable CM has already stated that we are doing our best. It is not like that we can do. He has formed the committee. He is planning to file. He is trying to explore. Government is trying to explore to file a curative petition to bring back whatever we have given. In several matters in this country by filing curative petition.
But that was shot down, Rajiv Pandey. That was shot down because it overshot the cap already set by the Supreme Court.
I think in curative petition that can be also looked in. In Tamil Nadu, you can see what is the position of the percentage. So let's not go into that debate. What I am trying to say, they have made, NCP and Congress has made it a political issue, understand? They have no interest. I want to ask only one question. Sahil is a very senior journalist. Why in 15 years, what have done? This demand started in 1981. Am I right or wrong or right?
Okay, Clyde Crasto, please respond.
He's an independent voice.
Mr. Pandey, you made your point. Clyde Crasto, please respond.
No, the point here is very simple. The BJP spokesperson said that I was talking here and there. All I was clearly stressing to the fact that there should be no violence and we should have peace. Are they trying to say that they support this violence? And the way he's talking, he's trying to fuel the fire. He should have some sense at this moment in time. Show some sensitivity. Okay, you can hit your head and do whatever and do, oh God, that's the point. Are you supporting violence? Then
not
you should
at
make
all.
sure you should try and bring
So
then, why are you talking all this nonsense?
The houses of these politicians now.
Okay, Mr. Virendra Pawar. Okay, Mr. Virendra Pawar, I want to bring you in. Mr. Virendra Pawar, are you satisfied with what the Chief Minister said today, sir? Yeah. Are you satisfied with the offering of the Chief Minister? Are we going to see things calm down in days to come?
What is happening? The way this politician fight, this is the reaction what now the public goes and burn the houses of these politicians because they fight. They don't want to resolve our questions. They don't want to resolve our problems. They want to fight. What they are fighting right now, they don't know that my brothers and sisters are dying there.
Do not use this platform to call for violence.
Coming right on your point.
Do not use this platform to call for violence and arson.
I'm not calling for violence. I'm not.
You just said so. That their houses should be burnt. You just said.
I'm not absolutely calling for violence. I'm just telling you. Because the way they don't know the sentiments, what's happening to the people.
I'm sorry, sir. You can't sit here and call for violence or arson. Sahil Joshi, 20 seconds. What's to come next?
I am not calling for violence.
Well, no.
I'll tell you.
Okay. So
what we say to the government.
No, Sahil Joshi, quickly, 20 seconds.
You need to have.
Can I just get Sahil Joshi? Sir, you've had your say. Sahil Joshi.
Well, Now, the government is in a catch-22 situation. You know, they cannot go into the OBC category because the OBC is one of the biggest support base of the of BJP in Maharashtra. And at the same time, the way the Maratha agitation is, you know, spreading like fire in various parts of Maharashtra, they will have to come to some kind of a solution to solve this problem. That's very clear. That the baseline is very clear. That the Maratha community, the entire Maratha community, will not get placed in OBC. The only option now in front of the government is to somehow ensure that the Maratha community gets a separate reservation as socially and economically backward class, which was struck down by the Supreme Court because of the 102nd Amendment. Now that we will have to see that how the government manages to do that.
And how the government does that and how it plays into 2024 going ahead, where the caste politics and dynamics are concerned. Appreciate all three gentlemen for joining us. Thank you. And Sahil Joshi, our Mumbai Bureau Chief. You're going to keep the conversation going because things don't look like they're going to calm down any which way where Maharashtra is concerned.